video and wanted to get with you and touch base on the transition between barber schools. Most of you know I left 3 weeks ago or so, 4 weeks ago, from Bladecraft Barber Academy in Dallas. I'm now with Roffler School of Hair Design in Austin, Texas. It's actually Wednesday evening right now. I'm headed home from Roffler. I'm in my third week there. I wanted to be a little more detailed with you about some things, because those of you who are keeping up with me and the journey that I'm on in barber school, and those of you who have contacted me that are students and potential students at various barber schools, I want to be honest with you. I want you to learn from my experiences. And yeah, I told you guys I changed schools so that I could be closer to home. I could be home every night, and in fact I am. I do spend 5 days a week now in school. I get 9 to 10 hours of clocked in time every day, which is great. I get a lot of cuts at Bladecraft in Dallas. I was lucky to get between 2 and a really full week would be 6 haircuts I could perform in a week. And now I get 5 or 6 a day. I perform between 25, 35 haircuts a week. On Saturdays, we do between 80 and 100 haircuts at Roffler. I'm gonna tell you something. I get a lot of experience. I'm getting a lot of experience and getting it quickly, which is one of the reasons I made this transition. Hey, let me just touch on a few things quickly. I might not go into a lot of detail on them. I may do that in the future, but there are a few other reasons and a few other things that I think you need to know if you're considering schools. Listen, all schools are going to have good instructors. Some are better than others, I understand it, but if they're licensed in your state, then they've been through a program, they've been tested, and they're qualified. They may be great barbers or good barbers, great stylists or good stylists, but either way, they're going to be able to teach you. In most states, you need to get your hours. You need to get that piece of paper in your hand so you can test. That's the most important thing, I think. And you need to get experience. There's no way to learn how to cut hair. You can't learn it by watching videos. Listen, I've watched thousands, and you may have as well. You cannot learn by watching videos. You cannot learn by watching someone draw pictures on a whiteboard about where to cut hair here and there, and this layer and that layer, and fade here and fade there. Listen, the only way you're going to learn how to cut hair is to drop that hair on the floor, is to spin that chair, put those clippers or those shears to that hair, and drop that hair on the floor and make mistakes. And so you got to cut hair wherever you go. You got to be at a place where you can get haircuts. Bladecraft, $30 a haircut. Roffler, $5 a haircut. Some would say, well, that means you're ghetto. No, what it means is, after 40 years in business, and Mr. Brown has led this school for 40 years, people know we're there. They understand we're students. They understand that they might not get a perfect haircut, though they will get a good one, and they allow you to cut their hair. It's been a great experience, an incredible experience for me. The surroundings might not be as beautiful or as fancy, but I'm going to tell you something. Nothing but good has come from this transition that I've made to this new barber school, Roffler in Austin. I'm going to tell you something. 100% would do it again. 100% would do it again in a heartbeat. Let me tell you a couple other things briefly. Mr. Brown, Mr. Ron Brown, who is the owner and leader of Roffler, he treats the students as if they're priority one. The clients are secondary. Listen, for any barber school, I believe that the students must be treated as the primary clients of that school. The people who come in for haircuts are secondary clients of that school. At Roffler, Mr. Brown makes it clear, and he takes up for us, and I've heard him take up for us with clients who have gotten belligerent a couple of times in the last 3 weeks, and he makes sure that we understand we're his family and we're his priority. One of the greatest things he could possibly do for us. To be honest with you, at Bladecraft, I felt as though the students, including myself, were secondary. This is just my opinion. This is just my honest opinion. People that are there don't have to agree, but I'm just telling you how I felt. I felt as though, as a student, I was secondary, and that the people coming in for haircuts were primary. And I felt like we were treated as if anybody was wrong, it was always us. And the priority was always the people coming in. Well, listen, a school can't be a school without students, and as far as I'm concerned, students have to be your primary client and your primary responsibility if you call yourself a barber academy. So one of the reasons that I'm so glad that I made this transition is because I'm being treated as an adult. I'm not being treated as a child. I'm being treated in a manner that makes me feel as though I'm the most important thing in that school, and the clients are certainly necessary for our practice, but they're not primary. I didn't feel that at Bladecraft, to be completely honest with you. And you need to think about these things before you choose a school and before you uproot your life and move somewhere and begin to pay. I'm going to cover some other things in future videos, a couple of other things that I think you need to know, including some things in regards to our state of Texas, the state barbering laws, and things that I've been asked to do at barber schools, because I think you need to be aware of those as well. I'm going to cover that in the next video, but for now, I'm going to get on to my family. Listen, if you're thinking about going to barber school, just remember, you got to get your hands on hair. You got to cut hair, you got to cut hair, you got to cut hair. So, until next time, be blessed. Yeah, be a blessing.